Okay, morning. We've got the Samsung washing machine top loader. Let's check which one it is. It's the WA15J5730SS. So the issue is that it doesn't get water in. So let's check quickly on a quick wash and hear what it does. So yeah, no water is coming in at all. One issue I think can be is the solenoid is not kicking in to let water in. So we can see the error we got here is 4C. So let's open the back and see what we can find. So we can't quite see the inlet, so let's take this top off and see what we can see on the top there. So the next step will be to test if there's actually a signal sent to these solenoids to open it up. What I'm assuming, so this solenoid, this pipe goes to the front there, so I'm assuming this is for the water jet for the top hand washing basin. And if I check in here, you can't really see, looks like there's a pipe behind this one and a pipe behind this one. I don't know why there would be two. Oh, you know why? I know why. Because, so it's for when it's washing, and the softener only comes in when it is rinsing. So let's test these solenoids and see if we get power on them when we want to get water in. Okay, so just to check that what we're going to test is going to work, I detached the one that goes for the hand wash basin. So I'm going to put my leads in here, and then I'm going to start that water ingress and see what measurement we get. Okay, our leads are plugged in. Yeah, see there's the 220 to let the water in. So we switch it off again, it goes off. So now we can check the other two solenoids as well. Okay, so we plugged it in the right hand side one, the one I think is for washing. So let's see if it activates. So we've got 22 volts on there. Yeah, 220, so that works. Okay, now we're plugged into the rinse one. Let's see what happens. Let's put it on rinse only. There you go, switched on, so we know it's working. So now what we know is that all the functions are working. So the washing machine is sending the signals to the solenoids, but the one that lets the water in does not open up. So then that means we've got an issue with our solenoids. We can also test the coils there, I'll show you now. Okay, so measuring firstly across the water jet, the top one, we get about 4.2 kilo ohms. Then on the other coil we get also 4 kilo ohms, and then on the third coil we get nothing. So that coil is broken and doesn't work. Now the issue is I am assuming I'm gonna have to buy a whole complete unit like this. So I'm gonna take it out and let's see if we can get a replacement for it. It was quite easy to take out. Those two little blue pipes there just stick into these two holes, and it just slides in here, and then on this side this pipe was fastened with that clamp. So let's take this unit to the shop and see if we can get a replacement. Okay, so we're back with the new unit. First what we've got to do is connect this black tube here, and then we're going to just push this in, drop it down, and do all the three connections. Let's check it out. Okay, we've got our unit installed, our water connected up and back again, and the water turned on. Let's see what happens now. There you go. Now we just need to close up. Remember, we're first gonna put back this cover on the top here and then the plate at the bottom. Okay, for those of you who are interested to know how this works, what happens is in each of these units there's a coil surrounded, connected to these 2 points, and inside that coil there's a iron core with a plunger on it. So it is on a spring at the top that pushes this coil down and closes the waterway, the pipe in each of them. So the water comes in here and it's stopped by each one of these plungers. Now whenever you put voltage over here, 220 volt, that coil will energize and it will make a magnetic field. It will pull the iron core up and it will release the plunger, opening this way for the water to flow through this board. Then the same with this middle one. If it happens there, the water will flow through there, and then the same obviously for the third one. When you take the voltage away, so we switch it off, this coil de-energizes and it loses its magnetic field, and what happens then is the plunger drops down, get pushed down by the spring, and that closes the little gap there on the pipe, stops the water from flowing. So you call this thing a solenoid. You can use it to control water flow, they can use it to control gas flow. There's a lot of things that you can use it for, and you get it in a lot of applications. For instance, there's probably a solenoid at the bottom of that washing machine also to control the flow of the water out, and there's solenoids inside dishwashers to control the flow of water inside that. So that is how the solenoids work. Anyways, thanks for watching.